The BeamNG 0.33 update just dropped unexpectedly soon. Here's your roundup of all the new features. We've got a new vehicle, new parts for the T-Series truck, and the cars as well. There's also West Coast USA map improvements. So let's get started. First up, the new vehicle. It's the Gavril MD. This is a medium... oh no, hang on a minute. This is the Gavril Durham. I'm just joking. This really is the Gavril MD-Series. It's a medium-duty truck, positioned in size between the D-Series and the T-Series. While some things are quite similar to the D-Series, like this steering wheel, look at that dashboard. That's amazing. So the MD-Series is powered by a 10.5-litre straight-six diesel. Listen to this. Sounds good. And we've got quite a bit of interactivity in here. I think they've actually changed the color of the interactive elements. They're now a darker blue. We've got rear diff lock, we've got the air supply and the parking brake. So I've loaded it up with some steel pipes. Let's take it for a test drive. Now this thing feels incredible to drive. It is a lot bigger than the D-Series. Not quite as big as the T-Series, but it still feels like you're driving a very heavy vehicle. Now we've got just a kind of a standard manual gearbox, only 5 gears on this thing. And yeah, it's very heavy, but it still handles pretty well. Great turning circle too. Okay, let's go for a crash test in this big boy. Here we go. Whoa, yeah, so the whole frame has shifted. Look at this. Whoa, that's a lot of weight back there, but as always, amazing crash model. And luckily we had this little railing separating the cab from the steel pipes. Although, to be honest, it has still moved the cab. Look at that. There are a total of 20 configs, ranging from military vehicles to tanker trucks, cargo boxes, and more. I'm going to pick out a few of my favorites to really show off the MD. This is the MD as a little baby pickup truck. I've got to say they've done a great job with the styling of this. It looks very, very 80s and very, very chunky. Now, none of these are very quick, but they are brilliant for towing, they're brilliant for hauling anything, and with new career mode improvements, which we talk about a bit later, and new West Coast USA improvements, this is the perfect all-round vehicle for your hauling missions. This is the Skid Brick. Apparently, it can do some drifting. We've got nitrous, a turbo, and a rear diff lock. Let's try it. Okay, then first corner into second gear. Oh! Yep, we are drifting a truck. This thing's incredible. All right, third gear. Ooh. Oh, that's a bit too much, but wow. The diff lock and the nitrous really help. These are the kind of fun configs that make BeamNG just so special. And look, we've got the little dinosaur mascot on the dashboard. This is the 4-wheel drive ambulance. As far as I know, this is the first off-road ambulance in the game. Let's put it into 4-wheel drive mode, lock the front and rear diffs, and try and get up this really steep dirt hill. Okay, I reckon this thing can do it. Now we're going to put the siren on. Why not? Oh, nice siren. Go. Oh, yes. Wow. Yep, it works really well. Oh, yeah, good turning circle. The engine probably isn't quite powerful enough, but you can really tune this engine with turbochargers. But you can basically use the MD series for anything, including as an articulated truck with the attachment back here, a logging truck with this really short frame, a tanker trunk for the new refinery, again, we'll check that out a bit later, a cargo box truck, and a tow truck. Now, these are all really cool, but I want to check out the military truck. Look at this. It looks like something from GTA. We've got 2 tires on the roof, a big smokestack with one of those little, I don't know what they're called, like little caps on the top. And you can see the D-Series bed here. We can open it up. It is pretty big back there, but I think it is the same as the D-Series bed. Of course, this thing has a 4-wheel drive, and it's a very tough vehicle. But look at this bull bar. You can actually lower it down like a Jacob's ladder or something. I don't know what that's for. Let me know what you think it's for in the comments. It is so much fun to drive. I don't know why the camera defaults so high up behind the vehicle, but I suppose you've got to see over this very tall pickup truck. This one is quite fast. Handling is very poor. The tires are definitely designed for off-roading, but you definitely want to get out of the way if you saw this thing coming down the street, wouldn't you? This MD stands for Mini Destroyer because it's got this massive ram on the front, and at the back we've got a JATO rocket. Let's try and cause as much destruction as possible. We actually have a manual gearbox in this thing. I can't see over the ram plow. We're going to go into third person. Look at this. Okay, then onto the bridge, into neutral. Let's hit this H series. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's probably a lot... Wow, it's better than the bus at this. Here's another one. Oh, we've had no damage on this car at all. Okay, we've actually run out of JATO power. What happens if we just hit into like a... Oh, yes. Well, that was fun, but what an ending. You can really customize your MD with 3 styles of cab, such as this 4-door variant, and you can change between 8 lug and 10 lug front wheels. Of course, having the 10 lug wheels allows you to mount much bigger tires. The T-Series truck also has some new content. That's because this is the 3rd part of the T-Series remaster. This is the cab-over twin steer, which means all the front wheels turn. That's going to make this thing much more maneuverable. You can see this is the dump bed frame, and if you look in here, we can fit it now with rocks. These are 15 tons of boulders, and listen carefully to the engine. It's different, isn't it? That's because it's a V8 turbo diesel, 11 litres of diesel power. Now, the rocks do actually move about, as you can see, and that could cause this thing to topple over. But what's even more fun is if you pull this little lever here, the back will swing open, and as we head out onto the road, it's getting dangerous. There we go. Rocks are now falling out. Whoa! Oh my goodness, we're gonna flip. Whoa. Yeah, this makes it a lot more fun. We also have improved air horns and a new JATO destroyer variant. This has the ram plow and another JATO rocket at the back. We even have the little cape from the bus. So let's take it on the highway and cause some destruction. Well, this thing is incredibly quick. There's 150 miles per hour. Goodbye, D-Series. Wow. Look at this thing go. Oh, Bastion. Oh, I don't know if that was a Pessima or an I-Series. Oh, the cape's got all wrapped up around the exhaust pipe, but wow. There are also some other additions like a short tandem 5th wheel frame, passive steering lift, axle suspension, and airbag rear suspension, bringing the total number of configs up to 37. There are definitely a lot of T-Series configs now. There are also a couple of new configs for some of the cars. This is the Pessima Pro-tuned config. We've got nearly 500 horsepower, and look at these new bumpers. Makes it look like a Nissan GTR or something. And I love the ones at the rear as well. They look really cool. So nearly 500 horsepower. It's turbocharged. We've got a manual gearbox, and I think we've got 4-wheel drive. Are the brakes any good? Oh, yes. Wow. This handles amazingly. So they've added loads of aftermarket parts for the Pessima. If you want to tune your vehicle, you're really going to enjoy using them, but they have included this config to kind of show them all off. Whoa! Rather more substantially, the SBR4 has 3 new configs. We've got this, the street tuned, the track racing model, and the drift car. Let's start with the drift car. So of course this is rear wheel drive, and look at these new bumpers. I really, really like them. I don't know if the lights are different, but they do look a bit different to me. And look at this livery. We've got blue and almost neon yellow. No, it's neon green actually. Okay, let's try drifting this thing. So we've got a flat 4 still, turbocharged, and oh my, the steering is incredibly quick and it drifts for days. Look at that. Whoa, a lot of grip there. Be careful. It's great to see the SBR4 getting some love. This isn't a remaster, but it'll do for now. Whoa. Oh, this is my favorite drift car in this game, even though I'm not quite perfect yet. The Street Tune model has 540 horsepower, and look at the size of that rear wing. As you'd imagine, this thing is quite quick, but you can change it into Sport Plus mode or ESC off. Let's try that. Still got all-wheel drive on this thing. And yeah, this thing is decently quick. It's designed for street racing, and you can see it's got a very high top speed, good mid-range acceleration, and the handling is also very good. We're going around here at 90 miles per hour, and it's barely understeering. Whoa, let's do a crash test. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, what happened there? But yeah, cool config. The track config has 480 horsepower, and I've got to say, great choice on the livery and the color scheme. We've got red wheels and a red roll cage. Let's put it into Sport Plus mode, and of course we've got a sequential gearbox in here, and off we go. Wow, bit of wheel spin, but a lot of grip from the back there. Oh my goodness. Whoa, it seems quite grippy, but it wanted to flip over then. Oh yeah, this is quick, and I'm getting quite a bit of torque steer actually, and brakes. I've braked really late there, but You know what? It did it. Those brakes are amazing. Okay, we got to do it. The corkscrew corner. What can this track config do? Nearly lost control. Speeding up and then brakes. Don't need to brake too much. Oh, it wants to flip. It's incredibly grippy, but you can feel how sharp and nimble this thing is, just as long as you can keep it straight and level. There aren't any new configs for the D series, but what you can now do is fit it with a JATO rocket. This is kind of becoming a theme with this update, but here we go. Oh, yes, this is really quick. There you go, 230, 250. Oh my goodness, we get to 300. Nearly 300 into the wall. Whoa, I'm going to let go. Look at those wheels. Sliding to the, to the end of the highway. Wow, what an epic addition that JATO rocket is to any vehicle, really. The Wendover has a new config called the Gymkhana. This is made to help you practice your Gymkhana skills. So it's basically a little bit of a drift vehicle. Manual gearbox. Let's try and drift this thing. Does it... Oh, wow. You know what? This is a brilliant drift practice car. Oh, wow. Very easy to drift. Oh, don't hit that. Oh, nearly. Come on. Can we get back through the gate? Oh, yes. And look, when you brake, the brake bias is actually towards the rear, so it kind of initiates a drift when you hit the brakes. Whoa. Finally, you can fit a roof rack and roof bars to the Abishu hopper, which means you can fit it with the new Aggregate Transport XL box. You can basically put sand, gravel, coal, whatever things like that in this box. And the Fluid Tank XL. I guess you could put fuel or water in this. And this is a really small thing, but they've actually added impact sounds to the cardboard boxes. Listen. Yeah, that's just a cool little feature. So then, map updates. Now, West Coast USA has had some improvements. We haven't got any new areas, but a lot of the existing areas have had massive overhauls. This is the logistics area of the map, and over here, we've got Belasco Shuffleboard. This is a logistics company, I guess, in the BeamNG universe. As you can see, we've got a brand new warehouse. Loads more detail here. We've got parking zones for trucks over here. Just looks great, and this is basically a base of operations for your delivery missions in a new feature added to the career mode. The docks are called Spearleaf Marine Logistics, and the road layout has been drastically improved. I think we've got a few more lanes here now. Basically, it's much easier to navigate this place with a big truck. Some of the locations downtown have been updated as well. Apparently, the diner has been updated, so let's check it out. Okay, here it is. It says restaurant. Oh, it's looking very, very different. Okay, we can enter it through here. Quite a narrow gate, but oh my goodness, look. We've got a proper drive-through. Okay, let's have a look. What have they got down? Okay, they are incredibly low resolution, but there are burgers on there. I have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large. Chinatown has also been updated. We've now got real Chinese writing on the shop fronts. Unfortunately, I can't read Chinese. Just below the diner, we have the Auto Repair Center. This has been remastered. It's now been merged into one big zone. So on the right, we have the Exhaust Center, then we've got the Tire Center and the Auto Repair Center. This is really cool, kind of underrated, not very well explored by many players, but it's cool nonetheless. The dirt track on West Coast USA has been updated, and we've got a brand new entrance. So you can enter it around here, and as you can see, we've got a lot more kind of these bollards and more signage. And here we are on the new dirt track. So the layout is very, very similar to what it was before, but we've got more stands around here. We've got a car park. We've got this little emergency exit area. And I can't remember, but were there brakes in the fences here to allow you to escape? I don't remember these before. Obviously, the MD series is not brilliant around here, but oh, we didn't even make that jump, but wow, this thing loves to bounce. You may have noticed this earlier. The toll booths have been updated. It looks far more modern now, much more substantial. You can even kind of escape the toll booth here, but I think these are automatic recognition cameras, so that's kind of cool. Maybe you'll have to pay to go through the toll booth in the future in career mode. The final upgrade is for Spearleaf Island. We've got far more vegetation now. Sidewalks have been added to some of the major roads, and the Spearleaf Refinery has seen some major updates because we've now got a proper car park and basically a peripheral road going around it, allowing you to pick up the refined oil. On the Small Grid Pure map, this is basically an open area of nothing. You have this little box here called Small Grid Tools. If you click Switch Background, it changes what the floor looks like to this kind of grey grey, then a black, and then these kind of neon, almost like Tron arena style things. It's kind of cool. Not sure how useful it is, but interesting. And then there's the Road Architect tool. Basically, this is a game changer for anyone that is a map creator for BeamNG. You can sculpt the terrain and map out roads from within the world editor. The tool comes with loads of ready-to-use objects and materials, so basically you can customize a map within the world editor, and it'll make map making quicker, easier, and more accessible for people who are new to modding. The career mode has also seen some updates, and for the first time, you can now load a save from the previous version of BeamNG. There are quite a few career mode updates. I'm going to cover this in a future video, so make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss that. Basically, they've added node grabber in walking mode, so you can kind of move your car around if it gets stuck. They've added a delivery skill, and basically the delivery system is far better now. You can deliver things like fluids of gas, diesel, dry bulk materials like gravel and sand. You have to use the new special containers we saw earlier, the fluid tank and the aggregate box for that. And basically you unlock a load more delivery missions once you get to delivery skill 5. Plus you can customize your license plates, and vehicles can be loaned to you for delivery missions. But I'll be doing another video on that in the future, so stay tuned for that. There are 7 new scenarios for BeamNG 0.33, most of them for the MD series, but also 3 new drift missions. But the best part is you can now see all of the scenarios from the map screen. That's because these are now classed as missions, and if you've loaded into the relevant map where the mission is set, you can launch them from here. So we're going to play Shuffleboard Shakedown. This is a drift mission, and they've really improved how the drift missions work. Basically, the scoring system has been improved, made more balanced, and there are new features. This is the Wendover from before, and to start the mission, you just have to accelerate. So off we go. Now, I guess we've got to go through these little traps here. There we go. So, whoa. Okay, we're going to drift in a circle around here. Donut inside the circle. Go again. Whoa. Failed. Yeah, this is way better. The UI has been changed. How much can we drift in here? 1.6. Multiplier. Okay, well, we got 538. That's 861 points. There you go. Drift through these markers and you get a huge amount of extra points. Whoa, another drift point here. Oh, look, here's one of these little poles. If you hit that pole, you do get extra points. Let's try and hit it. Oh, drift into the pole. Okay, we're gonna go round. So, oh, that's pretty close. Yes, we did it. 402 points for that. So these drifting missions can now have an infinite amount of drift zones. And basically, this is really fun now. I think all of the problems, with the drifting missions have been solved by this update. Here we go, another. Can we do that? We didn't actually get any points there. The drag racing system has also been updated. We now have drag race missions, both here on West Coast USA and on Grid Map V2. So let's try one of these missions. Here we go. We're going to do the sportsman tree, sure. Okay, random opponent, yes, let's do it. Well, this should be relatively easy. We're just against a stock Gavril Barstow, and this car is pretty quick, not that quick. Okay, up to the line, and then rev it. Here we go, and off we go. Great start. We have got turbochargers in this thing. Oh, yes, here we go. Oh, we are winning by miles, yes. Oh, I don't think it's worked. Okay. That seems to be what? 13.7 seconds, okay. We did win, not really sure what happened there, but they've improved the drag system, apparently. So that was the BeamNG 0.33 update. As well as all the stuff I've showed you today, there are the usual bug fixes, small performance optimizations, and force feedback improvements. There are also a couple of really cool quality of life improvements, like you can go forwards and backwards frame by frame in your replays by pressing the comma and full stop buttons. And if you have a Steam Deck, there's a new Steam Deck graphics preset, and the Vulkan renderer is now in beta, so it's used by default by the BeamNG development team, and I would recommend, if you've got a graphics card from the last 5 or 6 years, move to Vulkan now if you've not already moved to it. It's so much better in terms of FPS. So yeah, I know I joked about this looking quite like the Durham, and it does, but it's still really good. This is a from scratch, basically mid-sized pickup truck. It's really, really nice. Sounds amazing with this new engine. But let me know what you think about the version 0.33 update. Let me know what your favorite feature is in the comments below. For me, I've got to say it is this truck. And if you'd like to see a review of a great BeamNG car mod, click the video on screen right now. It's of the Abishu Lumians, a 1990s sedan mod. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.